One. What's up, everybody? Here we are today. That's also not the right.
Oh my god! Just start over. Start over. Let's just get it right.
It doesn't.
Oh, I don't
believe
even
The forum
have
is
Twitch up.
a real page. The heck?
What the?
There it goes. Just OBS being broken. But what's up, everybody? Here we are. Casa presents.
That energy wasn't there. The energy wasn't there. I didn't like
Bro,
the energy.
this man swear he Paul Heyman.
No.
Bro, like
No. I know what kind of energy Doctor can bring. I've seen it before. I've been messing with you for 4 years. Get right. Get right.
All right, ready?
From the top.
All right,
good energy.
What's up, everybody? Here we are today. Casa presents the forum. I am your host, the Doctor, being joined by the two you see beside me. We got Banjo playing his. That's not a banjo, but he's doing something. And then obviously we got Mr. Casa himself, Bunch, down there with his new wobbly camera.
I'm in and out, like swerving traffic. You know what I'm saying? We're here. We're live. Another week. Just a peek at the freaks.
Hey, Bunch, let me ask you a question, bro, before we start.
What?
Hey, is Diddy going to jail, bro?
I hate this.
Yes. Yes.
Look, I had to ask, bro. Like,
oh shit.
Because listen, in the past couple of weeks, bro, there's been just some weird ass debate about this. Like, bro, like,
yo,
is
Doctor,
Diddy really gonna like?
Listen, Doctor. I know that we're here to talk about video games and fighting games and all that shit, but I see what Banjo's doing right now, because like he and I haven't sat down and had a conversation about one of our leaders of our culture. So yeah, I think homie is going to jail for sure. Incarcerated. Do I think he's gonna do life? Coin flip.
Life is a subjective term anyway.
Like, yeah, what is life, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we could be sending him to paradise for all we know. If you know, you know. But yeah, man. That chapter is over. We gotta stop idolizing random men off the street, you know.
Okay, talk to him.
It's okay. Kanye will take his place.
Oh shit, he probably next. I
was about to say, like, you know, doctor's kind of, you know, Doctor might be onto something, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
You want to address it, because he might be next. Nah, for real. Nah, I don't think Kanye is all the way next, but like whoever his handlers are, kind of not it.
Kind of sus. Not gonna lie.
Not it. I really hope that that rumor of him being addicted to laughing gas isn't true.
Oh, he's got the galaxy gas?
No.
He got something. He got something a little more potent than galaxy gas.
No. Allegedly, he's addicted to anesthesia. So
yes, very not okay.
Yeah. I'm not even trying to clown on that shit. That shit's not funny. Because we've officially lost somebody that was very important to our culture, if that's the case. But I digress. No more sad stuff. Let's talk about fun stuff.
So, talking about fun stuff, as Bunch says, there's been a few big fighting game reveals, announcement releases this week. First up on the list, do we want to go in this order?
Not really. I know where you want to go. So take it where you want to take it.
Yeah. So
Doctor scroll straight down, bro. He couldn't wait.
I know. He's
it's cool. It's cool. I love it.
Yeah. He's very down.
There's an order that I think this could shake out, right?
There's a time and a place for my man, and I get it.
Yeah. I mean, let's just get the easy one out of the way, right? We're bringing Terry to Street Fighter 6.
Okay.
He released today. Bunch was playing him a little bit before. I've been seeing tech all over the internet, all day long. So I mean, he's officially released the first, not really the first, but like kind of the first guest character in Street Fighter. Like we had, obviously Akira in 5, but like this is like a whole different ball game. So he's released. He's clearly been shown a lot of love, both in his animations and how he just kind of operates within the game. But I don't think that's really the question, right? The question is like, how does he play? How does he fit into the current, status quo?
So, Banjo, I don't know if you've been playing Street Fighter at all, but and feel free to jump in at any point if you have. But
thank you, sir.
From my 25 minutes of playing him, I just finished my placement matches. I have not really gone very deep with the character, but he is mad bare bones, in my opinion.
Really?
I agree.
In my opinion. Yeah. He's like, I was hoping it wasn't the case when I read, I'm trying to find Big Bird's tweet. I don't want to misquote him, but basically he paraphrased to say that like Terry is, he goes, Terry definitely feels good at the very least. However, I don't think he'll shake up the meta like Bison or Akuma did. And I'm on board. I'm slightly on board.
So I guess the next question would be like, what exactly shakes up the meta in Street Fighter 6? Character wise, like what exactly isn't game breaking, but is enough to make like people like, oh, like I want to overwhelmingly pick this character compared to others.
I mean,
balance changes, I guess.
I mean, yeah, but that's
the boring way.
And we're gonna get to that in a little bit because one of my friends found my phone number and decided to text me that never mind. We're gonna talk about it in a second. He really knows how to get under my skin, bro. I gotta stop answering that motherfucker. But all you gotta do is look at characters like Akuma, or like Season 1 Luke. You can even say like Season 1 JP. Ken is a perfect example where it's just like the things that they do is so potent, or the ways that they find access to damage, or the ways that they skip specific parts of neutral kind of just says everything about like what's about to happen for them as far as like the meta goes. Like and it's no secret, like the characters doing fat damage everywhere are kind of the ones leading the pack, right?
Right.
So you got things like Akuma doing damage off of everything, but then you got Rashid where like he gets to 2 bars and suddenly neutral's over. It doesn't matter who you are, what part of the stage you're at, neutral's done. And then you have the Guiles of the world where like expert level zoning. It does take a little bit of execution, but at the end of the day, it's like it's definitely potent, and it takes over everything.
Okay, so what we're looking at is like people who have clear, just overwhelming things that allow them to just do things that others can't in the game. But like,
bro, I'm not saying that like Terry doesn't have like good damage output. Like his damage output is there. Like he's got the combos. He's got Twitter combos. We're seeing them in real time.
Right.
But, like there's things, and I'm glad he doesn't have them, because if he did have them, we'd be talking about a whole another scenario where we're like, yo, bro, like this is kind of crazy. He's very neutral heavy. You have to play heavy ass neutral. I can't wait till I'm wrong and somebody clips this shit. But like as of right now, everything is like very ground based, and his medium kick isn't as good as I would like for it to be if I was to play Terry full time. But it's cool.
I don't think Terry being bare bones is a problem, just as long as he just wasn't like
I agree.
boring, I guess. Like we're just seeing it. We're just seeing a lot of like, day two, like, Twitter swag combos or whatever the case may be. But I guess once higher level players like start to play him, then we're probably gonna get a little bit more exciting stuff. But I guess it's just as long as the character is just not boring by any means, with him being bare bones be a problem. It like
I got some bad news. I think he's gonna be boring.
Yeah,
Damn.
I mean, it's been a really interesting kind of the whiplash of scrolling through Twitter and seeing like the different takes on the character. Like we have the he's bare bones take. We've seen some people say that he's amazing and that he's like their main going forward, and he's got this and he's got that, but he's missing this, and it's like that's kind of cool, but it's also day two, right? Like I saw somebody say that he's going to be very similar to Ed in that it's going to take a little while for people to really, figure him out. But that kind of flies in the face of he's a bare bones, boring character. So it's really interesting how these people are coming to different conclusions.
Yeah, like I don't want to. First off, I want to be wrong. I want him to be like fleshed out, and it's just me. I don't find him very fun. Like I'm having a good time because it's a new toy, right? So
Right.
that's kind of a bad metric to have. Like I'm the wrong person to ask because it's a new toy, right? I don't play a lot of Terry in King of Fighters, so this is like new to me. Like
Yeah.
I know like what his stuff looks like, but I don't.
Yeah, it's totally different to just full on play the character, know what to expect, right? Like, as a Street Fighter player, you can very clearly be like, oh, this Ken is different from that Ken because 4 versus 6. But it's like, as a Terry player, you have your interpretation. Banjo has his Smash version, and then there's the actual version in King of Fighters, and it's like they're all so completely different because of the game mechanics. So,
and you want to know something else, and then we can move on after this or whatever you guys want to do. But like another reason why I'm the wrong person to ask is because I don't play the same character in the two different Street Fighters.
Yeah,
like it's just not something I'm used to. Like I started with Balrog, then I went to Karen. Balrog came out, I hated Balrog, and then 6 came out, and Karen doesn't exist.
Or Balrog.
Or Balrog, and I really don't care. And JP is like everything to me right now, and I'm like, whatever. Like I'm like, I don't care if my character doesn't make it to the next game. Games that I don't play, I get upset about because I use that as a crutch. Like I learned Eddie in Tekken, and I'm like, okay, cool. But now that Eddie doesn't play anything like Tekken 7 Eddie, I'm like, oh, fuck. Now I have to learn. I have to learn the game and the character again. I'm like, you know what? Fuck Tekken 8, man. I'm not even gonna play this shit.
Yeah. No, that's pretty fair. And I mean, you brought up JP, which is pretty interesting because I think this kind of goes along with your text messages. There was a balance adjustment. I'm not going to call it a balance patch because it's very bare.
It was a patch.
It was a full-on patch? Okay.
Yeah, I think there's enough characters that that did get touched versus didn't. Like you can argue like a thing here and there was just like a bug fix. That I'll give you where it's like it's not a patch. What was the other word that you used? Bug
Adjustment.
Fix? Adjustments. But I think it's a patch because there's enough characters that like yo, I was looking at the Dawson changes today and
wait, this hit just about every character.
Almost, yeah. And
it didn't touch 3 characters that were in the game already.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, this is actually a full-on patch. Holy.
Right. Yeah, that's why I don't really give it too much.
Right.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, this is actually a patch. And they're like adjusting things in the actual game mechanics and everything. This is a patch, dude. There's a drive impact change,
which is a lot of words. Also, so I know that this drive reversal one, it says it only affects DJ, but it was then confirmed to be universal, as you know, the universal states. Is that true with all of these?
Yeah.
Because this one says it only applies to these characters, but is this for everybody as well, or is it just a super janky?
I think it was Flash Metroid that I read on Twitter. He was like, yo, this driver reversal adjustment affects Blanca. He was like, this actually gives Blanca the ability to punish things, and I was like, okay. so it's not just DJ, like, or he's just, you know, probably reading the notes and theory crafting from work, but
Maybe,
you know.
So is this...
That's the thing about like day one of a patch coming out. No one really knows, and we can only wait until the meta shakes out.
So this is, if I block your drive reversal, I can now throw you, right?
If you're DJ, yes.
Okay.
I guess DJ in the past had that issue. Yeah. I mean, I
feel
can't
like
wait to
there's
see
better punishes.
Yeah, I was gonna
yeah,
say.
for sure.
I need to see it like on some shit. Like I need to see this happen like at ECT.
So here's the thing, right? So like, your mental stack out of your mind right now. It's like last pixel life on both sides, and you need to get the kill, right? Like I'm not gonna sit here and try and do this long ass combo
Fair.
to kill you when I can just get punish, counter, throw and hit you for 300 damage.
True.
Very true. Yeah.
And then we got some assisted combo bug fixes, which are...
That's all modern shit.
Yeah, whatever. And then you can go through by character, but
I think the winners of this patch right now are it looks like Luke, Sim,
Because Luke needed to be a winner, like for real.
well, like he's kind of back, and I don't like when characters disappear. I may not like the character, but I don't like when a character disappears entirely. That annoys me. Or
yeah.
like,
I mean, that's
I
also
hate
just
when...
patch culture in all games. Like,
I hate when people feel like they can't play their character anymore. That shit like rings my soul a little bit. So
Is it definitely an ass feeling? I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
it hurts so much because it's happened to me in like every Street Fighter so far.
Yeah, and I mean it's interesting because it's a smaller, you know, roster, which, you know, it's not a small roster by any means, but smaller. But it's just balancing a video game is one of the toughest things to do in a competitive scenario, because it's you know, everybody has a vested interest in playing the best of the best. So it's, you know, you're obviously going to get people that don't play everything that way. You know, like we're still going to get, you know, the Manon players and the Kimberly players and the Lily players, but like at the tippity top, you're going to have these players playing what they perceive to be the absolute best option. And so it's like when you slightly adjust something and it's now perceived as not the tippity top best like Luke was, and then you start getting, you know, content creators and professionals, you know, doomsaying it then kind of has a trickle down effect into the community.
Yeah, precisely. Couldn't have said it better myself, Doctor.
Does a game need to be like broken? Like does every character like need to be broke in order to like have like, I guess, fun in a video game or in a fighting game?
It's that age old question, right? Like it's like what do you consider fun? Do you consider, you know, footsie's the game fun, or, you know, do you find Marvel 3 fun?
But it's also like, how do you, like, because all the characters play differently to a degree, like to make them all broke, you need to just do something individually that breaks them, and there's only so many levers on a character. So it's like I don't think every character being, you know, their overpowered version is the ideal. I think honestly it's just play a different game. Right?
Yeah.
Like we're in this time and place where if you don't like something about a fighting game, there's probably a fighting game that does what you want it to. And if there isn't, maybe you just don't like fighting games.
This is actually the golden era of fighting games. Like it. I know people, say that the arcade era was like the golden era and stuff, but like this is actually the golden era where like if you like those retro games, you can go play them right now. You can turn them on and play them right now. Like,
Officially.
Barely learned.
Like,
officially
with
you know,
rollback.
still like there's still games that have not been released yet but are on their way, or there's games that have no chance of being re-released and you can still play them right now, and there's communities to do it, and
Yep.
there's like everyone's getting better by the day. So like you can sit here and scream all you want that arcades were better, but this is actually the golden era. Like you can drop Street Fighter 6, never play it again, and play something that you find enjoyable.
Yeah. And I mean, there's even like non-fighting game content creators that are excited about the upcoming, old games. Like, I've seen a couple people talking about Power Stone and Power Stone 2 that they're super excited for. And they're like, I can't wait to hop back in and either be him or get shown that I suck.
Yeah.
Like, it's super fun to see that. But I think we kind of got off topic there because we were talking about the patch. It evolved into like the golden era fighting games. But you played JP Bunch, and I saw he got buffed, but those are just words on the page. You seem to have a different idea.
Yeah. So,
What up?
originally, what's up, Dan?
What's
Oh,
up,
what
Dan?
up? What up, Dan?
What up?
So originally I was a little skeptical because everybody was kind of jumping out the window saying that he got buffed, and he did. He did get buffed, but I have to pull up. Do we have the actual notes?
I did. Give me 1 second.
Because I don't want to. I don't want to just be talking out of my ass.
Jared Peterson.
All right, can you make a big pause for the rest of the people?
Yeah, bro, I'm old. I
Okay,
can't read.
I can,
Yeah.
but
Oh my goodness.
well, this was originally set up for a human being, not this. I have no idea what this is supposed to be actually. Nope, that's not
I
it.
say, oh damn, there you go.
Nope, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Oh, it's just called browser. Sick. I'll fix that in a second.
All right. So I got them up on my screen, so we can kind of just go over it for this and for the casual listener or watch or viewer. I'm sorry, this might be a little in the weeds and kind of just nerdy shit, but yeah, we'll go over them really quick. So standing medium kick being changed from +1 to +3. That's cool and all, because it gives him like routes that he originally did not, or it gives him newer routes that he originally didn't have, but it in like say like this is like thinking of like level 2, right, with his level 2 super. It gives him routes for that, but it doesn't adjust the key issue with level 2 in that
There we go.
there's no damage when it comes to when you actually hit the level 2. Like the scaling is still kind of crazy, which sure, fine, it shouldn't do 1 billion damage. I'm not looking for it to do that, but at the same time, I'm spending all these resources. I'm in the non-ideal space for what my character was designed for, which is zone 1 to zone 0. I'm like right next to the opponent where I don't want to be, but whatever, man. Like I hit confirmed. I should be doing decent damage. That's fine. So whatever, cool. The one buff that I'm really excited for is crouch heavy punch. If I'm gonna be a zoner, I feel like I should have the tools to be able to defend myself. So I'm glad that we got that back. That's a blessing from the Capcom gods. Toward heavy kick, I really don't know like how this really helps him yet. this is also the problem with JP, right? Is that all the tech that's on Twitter, everything that people put on Twitter for tech is almost unusable. It's so spacing specific, meter specific. They have to be burnt out in the corner. You have to have 6 bars. They have to be eating a DI into stun. You have to hit this frame perfect setup with like three frame kills into portal setup, and then you finally get toward heavy kick. Don't drop it because you're gonna mess up the entire thing you worked for. And then it does 85% damage, and that's all everybody sees is that it does 85%, and they're like, oh, the potential's there.
It's like those Zangief combos that were going around where he lands like a charge jumping heavy kick off of like punish counter. It's like, bro, you're never actually hitting this.
But here's the thing with that, right? Is that like with Zangief, that's actually possible. That's actually possible. So like if he hits if he actually hits a DI into stun, he can actually jump and do heavy kick, and that's the end of the timing. Everything else is a matter of hitting the combo that you practice in training mode. If I can give you like 3 or 4 different Twitter profiles and just scroll and just pick a JP combo, just pick one, anyone, and I'll give you 100 tries, and every time you hit that combo, I'll give you $1.
Oh damn.
It's like I can't say this enough. It's like people get so crazy when it comes to JP.
It's just the fact that a lot of people are just worked up, right? Because like they see that JP's getting buffed and he was like so oppressive like in the first phase of the game, and it's just like, bro, it was a long time ago, bro.
And again, just like Terry, I can't wait to be wrong. Can't wait for him to be the best character in the game again, and that's never gonna happen. But c'est la vie. Anyway, they buffed the spike, which is cool. So I guess he reduced blowback time on standing hit by 1 frame, extended the knockdown time on standing by 1 frame. So like if I hit it standing, cool. All right, that's a zoning thing that like does nothing for him.
Well, I guess it was in response to because they mentioned here that some combo routes were no longer viable due to the adjustments made to Super Art 2. Therefore, the standing medium kick and forward heavy kick.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. I misread that. I thought this was part of those adjustments for making
the adjustments
combos
to
better.
down punch are related to the adjustments made toward heavy kick. If down punch or toward heavy kick are used in regular combos, the value of other attacks will decrease. So we've made adjustments to reduce the knockback, which goes against the philosophy of the character, which the character wants you to be knocked back further only when they hit on an opponent that's not in the air. So if I'm in neutral using my new tool, which is stand medium kick, into spike, they get knocked away like not as far as they used to, which is theoretically on nerf.
So like they gave him better zoning tools, but then like took away a zoning tool.
They gave him one good zoning tool that the majority of the cast already have, which is down heavy punch. Thank you for giving me the thing that I said I needed. I appreciate you. Whatever. Oh, and then they nerfed Ghost again. Sick, awesome. So Ghost had this little thing where like it would linger around for a little bit longer than it was supposed to, active hitbox wise, and like it would. I get it. It's probably a needed change.
That's almost more of a bug fix in that.
Yeah,
it's not supposed to be there, so they're just making it not there.
And then
still functionally a nerf, but
whatever, it's fine. Leave it. And and then last is command throw. So I never really labbed this to see how much damage heavy punch in punish counter heavy punch into command grab does, but this grammar sounds like they nerfed it. Changed immediate scaling from 25% to 10%. So
that sounds like a buff because scaling is now lower, is what it sounds like.
Yeah, when you scale something, it goes lower.
Well, so my interpretation of it is that if I hit you,
no, you're thinking of best case scenario. What the grammar should be is changed immediate scaling by 25% to 10%.
Oh, that was how I interpreted it.
But it says from. Sorry, card game player.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's always tough getting these patch notes and having to kind of read them as they are, and then it's just, I don't know. There needs to be more numbers in these damn patch notes. Like, if we look at, say, like a MOBA patch note, like League of Legends patch. So, like, this patch. I don't know what patch this is. Came out sometime soon. So, they do a patch highlight. They tell you, like, who got buffs, who got nerfs, who got adjusted, which is neither. Like
the old days of Legends of Runeterra, we used to get these too.
Yeah, and, like, they tell you what skins are coming out, what systems changed, like, all these kinds of things. And then you start scrolling down, and it's, like, hard numbers. Corky Bomb. Mana went from 60 at rank 1, it's now 80 at all ranks. Cooldown, it was these, now it's these. They give you a little blurb about why these things work. Like,
sounds like good buffs. Oh no, those are nerfs. That's
these are nerfs.
Mana usage.
Yeah, mana usage.
That's a nerf.
Yeah, he got nerfed. So now it's more mana at all times, and his cooldown went up by 1 second. So that's tough.
Yeah, like you see how like just plain Jane this is like the only reason why I didn't understand it because I read it backwards, and then as soon as I read it twice, I was like, oh,
honestly,
that
it's probably
means
because it's so
right.
small. Like,
that's because I was getting my eyesight tested just now. But,
yeah,
like
because like they even put a little arrow here too, so which is great when you can see it.
Yeah. And
are these characters or move the letters?
These,
like phosphorus bomb? I was like his move, right?
Yeah, so that's like his
Q.
That's his one. Yeah.
Yeah.
His first ability.
And just like exposing my League of Legends knowledge right now.
That's okay. That's okay. I only have like 5 hours in this game. So.
Yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, like these are all like your adjustments, and it's so clear cut. Like you can theory craft the math out of it, like because you get the patch before the patch actually hits, which is also something that fighting games should be doing. But like you get the patch, and you can be like, oh, they did this. What will this extrapolate to? Because I can functionally do the math. Right? Like imagine if these patch notes were like standing medium. Well, I mean standing medium creep. This one is probably the easiest one to understand. But then it's like, increased upper combo limit. To what? It doesn't say.
Yeah, like what does that mean? Like
I wish they
what does that get him? What?
I wish they just show videos, like do like highlights of the changes.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do it on this creator that I follow on YouTube. He does it like visual changes for patches and stuff like that. The video be long, but I mean it details basically everything. But I mean it'd be very, very better. Excuse me, if if I just got it at the source. Like I wish I could just go in the bucklers and just be like, hey, bro, this is all the stuff. I wish it was as detailed as that league stuff. But
yeah, no, like
you know what I'm saying. But I get it.
There was definitely a few people on YouTube like making patch note videos, and it was very helpful to like kind of just like get myself up to speed instead of having to like read through this nonsense.
And... So that's also tough because it's like to now translate this into digestible content. You personally need to have so much knowledge about the game, the mechanics, and whatever. Or else you run the risk of putting out just false information, right?
Yeah. Also that, like, right, like like for me, I know what this means because I play JP. Now I hand it to somebody that has never played JP before, and they're like interested in learning fighting games. This is foreign to them. This is not information for them. So
Right.
like if like some kid off the street's been playing JP for like 2 months, and then he reads this and he's like, how does this make me a better player? How do I utilize these new tools? I don't know. I feel like yeah, no, for real. But I feel like Capcom could benefit from leaning on the people that create for their game already. Like just work with the creators that are already, you know, in their wheelhouse and be like, hey, let's show off what these new Luke changes mean for the character.
Dragon Ball did it. Remember when they did? They had Damascus and Tyrant do a video.
But that's
about
like a whole production, right? Like,
well, yeah,
like,
but
it doesn't even have to be a stream. Like it could be behind the scenes, and it could be a simple, you know, get James Chen and have him narrate all the changes and showcase the changes.
yeah, like it's definitely very doable. League also did it for a while. They had the commentator Freak, who I believe has moved in-house to do like patch stuff as well. You know, he always did a video talking about the patches and things like that. So it's definitely doable, and it's requires Capcom to care, kind of. So
Yeah, there's that.
it's
There's
not even-
also
hold on.
that.
It's not just Capcom. Sorry, it's all fighting game producers. So take that as you will. But yeah, I mean, there's definitely some stuff going on. Bunch. This Noah link goes up here, right? For this topic.
I gotta see what you're talking about. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't want to do this trailer first, and then we can get into the spice.
Yes, sir. Please.
Yeah,
Okay.
do it.
So we'll do this. We'll do
Hey,
that.
this trailer's sick. Love it.
Okay.
Damn, $32 on YouTube. Damn, that's expensive.
YouTube TV.
Yeah, like, is it good?
I don't know.
Well, it's save up to
Yeah.
$32. It's actually like $150. But
Right? Do you even do you
Damn.
even watch TV? Is the real question. And if
yo,
you
make
don't,
that shit maximize.
Not
my
really.
boy.
Nah.
Hey, pause.
Yeah,
I didn't know if
That
that
was
was gonna
crazy.
work. Sorry.
that's crazy. That was a reach. Like that was.
It was definitely a reach.
Oh shit, it just looks the same.
Oh, he's like similar to his original.
Yeah, you know, but Tekken does a lot of like crazy redesigns over the years. Like, I thought they'd give him some like the new fit. But I guess
Yeah,
it's
bro.
kind of the same.
He's got the you know what I'm saying the I was about to say old man look. Had that.
His hair got less gray actually.
Isn't this
Damn.
supposed to be after he was thrown in a volcano too?
This is that's
Yeah.
definitely canon.
He got his chest blown out, and then he got thrown into a volcano for the kill.
They should have made him look like Kage from Street Fighter 5.
Cried about his son. I think they did that once. No, that was his granddad. My
But with
bad.
like the long bald look, yo, that would go crazy. Almost sick.
This, whatever, man. Like this.
Why
isn't
you
even my
why you
game.
acting like that? Like
This
what-
isn't even my game.
Okay.
This isn't
We
even my
did just go over how Bunch doesn't want to learn it.
This is
Right.
none of my. This is none of my damn
This man
business.
said we stopped at Tekken 3 and now all these weird moves and whatnot and
Nah, Bunch
nah.
showed up in Tekken 7. He won Pull Your Weight event.
oh
No,
shit.
I didn't win.
Crazy.
Oh, sorry.
That
What'd
was
you
for Street Fighter.
get? What'd you get in
I
the
like.
Tekken
I
one?
went like 1 in 5, bro. Like I was.
damn, you
I
got
was
cooked.
not. I was not holding any weight, bro.
I seen mad people not happy that he's a stance. Apparently, he's a stance character in this game.
Bro, every character in this game is a stance character.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
That's so
Oh,
much.
wait. He just turned red and has a fist mark on his chest now.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an install or some weird shit.
No, I think that was just the intro. Unless something changes. Oh no, he's
Unless-
got it now. Yeah, he rage arted or something.
Heihachi's always more
Engage?
fun than like. Oh yeah, heat engage.
I don't know. I also don't think that this game looks better than Tekken 7.
I think.
I know graphically it's better and like superior, but like I feel like the art design isn't better.
It from the outside perspective, it looks like Tekken.
Yeah, it looks the same, honestly.
No, just
Like if you put this next to like a Tekken 7 video and asked me which was which, I genuinely would not be able to tell you the difference.
that's because you don't play fighting games though. Like that's
Okay, but I still watch fighting games.
that's not the same.
If you took away the meters and stuff, like the HUDs, I would have no idea either. But like, if you see the HUD, you can tell like which, because these ones are much newer in this game.
Sure, that's fair. I guess with the HUDs, it's an easy tell.
Yeah, like if you took them away, I'd agree with you that it's very challenging to tell the difference.
Like I can't tell if
Man, I can't tell when 7 ends and 8 begins type shit. Like,
no, like I can really much tell. But
Oh, this is sick. Oh,
there we go. That's the shit. Yeah, love that. And they got they got Tekken 8 phone posits coming out a week after this.
But
I
what?
saw them shits.
The Tekken
like,
8
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
There's Tekken 8 is doing a collaboration with Nike, and there's this.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah. There's a shoe called the Phone Posit, and they already, kind of drip fed the purple one, the Kazuya Mishimi one.
Yeah,
They drip fed that a little bit, and then I don't know when they're supposed to be releasing that or if it released already, but there's another one based on his son, and it's a white one, and it looks way better. So I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that more than Tekken 8. To be honest with you.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like I think it's cool that we're getting these releases, and the people that are happy. Obviously, it definitely hits some similar vibes to like Akuma coming back, in that it was like, but they're dead. Why are they here? But like, I also don't think you can fully expect characters to stay dead forever.
Yeah, it feels like there's a lot of these fighting games, bro. Like legacy characters just need to be like stock in the game, or like if they come out back as DLC, like some people get upset, some people don't. Like a lot of people, like some people complain in 5 how Blanca wasn't like I wasn't like in the game from the start or whatever, and it's just like, I mean, with I guess Heihachi, it's just like
What'd you
I don't
call
want
it?
to say
Heihachi?
Heihachi, whatever.
Hachi.
I've never heard- I've never heard-
Mr. Mishima is in the game now, and I don't know how people really feel about whether it's cool or not, but I mean he's here, so that's
I don't
what's
ever
up, man.
challenge black people on how they say things anymore. It's just
I don't either. That's why I go by T and Banjo.
yeah, you banjo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Whatever
this
time
this
you
is
were
kind
up
of an
or
awkward
whatever.
conversation because none of us are Tekken players. So like,
Yeah,
like it's important to touch on it, but we're also kind of like, yeah, that's cool.
I'm not an MK player, but that MK1 looks fire, bro.
See, that's probably
Oh.
something we could talk about because we talked about it last week.
Yo,
It's
yeah,
actually,
bro.
like out now.
So, yo, I watched the story for MK1.
Chaos, whatever. Chaos.
No. Chaos Reign came out today, so I gotta watch that later.
he's got to catch up.
Oh,
But
You're right.
I watched the base story, and that shit was kind of okay. That shit was it was alright.
Bunch was
It wasn't-
so
it
close to
wasn't-
buying MK last week, and then he
No,
found
I
out
bought
that
it.
Chaos
Every-
Reign.
No. I
Oh, you got the one.
I got no. My friend bamboozled me into buying it, and we played, and we were having a good
Dan?
time, and we were like, "Yo, this game is trash," and we were like, "Yeah, all right." And then I looked, and I had 3 hours of gameplay. I was like,
So it was too much to return.
Oh, you can't refund it.
Oh, that's rough.
All right,
bro.
let me phrase.
Damn.
Bunch was so close to pre-ordering Chaos Reigns, and then he found out it was like $50.
That's mad expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't buying no fucking.
Yeah,
deals. I'm not buying
WWB
DLC
is
for that game.
them boys is definitely gonna get their money's worth. 100%.
No, but it's a good story. It's
Which
it's
is a hard
definitely-
reset, right? Like I just completely full
So-
on hard reset. for the
So yeah,
story.
so they wrote the hard reset into the story, which is sick as
Yes.
fuck.
That is kind of cool.
So yeah, so like Liu Kang kills the Keeper of Time, Chronica, and becomes the Keeper of Time. And then he builds out the universe in his vision and says, "Oh shit, I'm too powerful. I'm going to wind up becoming like Chronica." And tells Garrus, the god of time or whatever. He's like, "Take my power and seal it away."
Okay.
And I never want to be able to have access to his power ever again. And then he becomes the protector of Earthrealm, Earth, as the fire god. And then that's where the story starts. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, I mean the story in itself is sick, and it, I think visually it's very clean. Everything looks like it's supposed to. I know
Yeah.
that when you're playing the game, it doesn't necessarily always work that
No,
way.
no, the gameplay. So obviously I was watching it on YouTube, right? I was watching the story, and to get to each part of throughout the chapter, you have to play a specific scene, one round of fighting another character as a character, and that shit is ugly, and then it goes back to being pretty.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to ugly again, and then pretty, and then the YouTube TOS kind of keeps people from showing the gore in the game.
So it's like
So it's
grayscale?
a very edited No, it's not even.
it's not even
grayscale.
that. Oh, okay.
It's edited, zoomed in portions of the story that they can't show. Like the
Boys got a
bro-
steady cam for Mortal
the
Kombat.
super
What?
bro-
That's
yo.
crazy.
Yo, it felt like I was watching a bootleg. That shit was so
Right.
funny. Cause like there'll be portions where there's no subtitles, and you're like, what happened to the subtitles? And then they come back, and then they're like really zoomed in, and then it comes back, and it's like, yo, why was that scene so out of? Oh, because there's dismembered bodies all over this scene right here. So you're like, okay, all right, I got it. All
I
right,
remember
thanks,
the
YouTube.
last Mortal Kombat, they were having to like put filters over the VODs because
Yeah.
of the gore and stuff. So that you'd be watching it at like grayscale or something.
Oh, really? That's
Like
horrible.
green screens or something.
Right, like the blood would be green on on Liu Kang, and it's just like what? Like what happened?
Yeah,
It's
it'd
Bro.
be like those like anime like adjustments you see where it's like the blood is now white for whatever reason. It's like that.
right.
Yeah, YouTube needs better AI. They gotta
They're-
figure out AI.
Listen, they bought Reddit to feed into their AI, so
Did they really?
well,
YouTube bought
Google
Reddit?
did, but it's
Oh.
all the same company.
That's
so,
insane. That's an
Yeah.
insane purchase to buy for AI.
but I think for right now, it is about time that for us to take a short break. We do have to pay some Twitch bills and everything. So we're gonna take a short break for that. Stay tuned, everybody, because we got definitely, as you can see here, well, not anymore because Dan's here, but we do have very much more to talk about. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are, the forum presented by Casabunch. I'm the doctor, being joined by most of the same people, with the addition of now Dan Cravat, social media guru. If you need somebody to do social media, definitely give him a call. Hit the DMs. He'll make you look way better than you currently do. So definitely bring that line. But now that we're back, we can kind of touch on some of the true spiciness that you may have seen in the document a little bit earlier. So, those of you who don't know, recently the Street Fighter League United States teams were revealed. There's been a lot of trash talk, there's been some rosters, and as somebody put here, apparently it's Noah versus the world.
Yeah, so that was me. I'll take ownership for this shit. Cause
Please shed some light on this for me, dog. Because I'm so.
How are you guys not watching the SFLUS?
They don't make it easier.
Holy
Right.
fuck! Street Fighter League US roster reveal. Whatever. Dude, get this shit out of here. It's distracting me. Hold on. Okay, I'm here.
Look, I didn't know it happened, but also like I saw that Noah like made the roster, but I'm still like, bro, what are you mad about? Like, what are you upset about, bro?
Brother.
Lead me, bro. Show me the ways, bro.
So we know how energetic my man Noah can get, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, yeah.
he is no stranger to conflict. He has been born and raised in friction, so he already knows how to cook up a beef real good. You know, make sure the pan is hot before you throw the fucking beef right on there and make sure it sizzles.
Okay.
So like what he's been doing is he's just been saying shit for a while, and like he's no stranger to being like, yo, I bet, play me. Even back in EWC, he was on some like, yo, I already know how to beat this guy. You know, this guy sucks. This is and then he'll be like, yo, boom, play me. And when he got to EWC, smoked everybody getting bodied. I think he got like 5th or 6th or some shit like that. EWC. He did really well at EWC. Fast forward to Cream City, Kaba beats NuckleDu, pops off, and NuckleDu doesn't like that shit. Calls out Kaba. Obviously, we remember that from the Twitterverse.
Oh yeah.
And then Noah threw his 2 cents in, and and NuckleDu was like to the realm of, yo, you can't beat me, and you need to watch your mouth before you talk. And then like that shit went, you know, viral or whatever.
Love it.
And then, you know, now we have these rosters. And if you look at Team Cloud9, it's pretty kind of stacked over there. You got JB, you got Lex, you got Noah, and you got Boost. You know, that's a crazy team. And JB, you know, was fielded some questions when his team was announced, and they were like, well, how are you gonna deal with Noah and his, you know, his verbal antics? And he was like, honestly, when Noah and Lex get together, it's kind of crazy. Pause. Like they're you know, it's like a high school lunchroom cafeteria type of situation. If you walk down there, you know, you might just get tore up verbally. Pause. But like, you know, don't be on the wrong side of it. And that was all fine and dandy. And then they went to Shopify Rebellion's team with NuckleDu, and NuckleDu was like, yo, don't have me running into Kaba, bro. Like, he already knows what time it is. He already knows what's about to happen to him if he comes around here. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, why is everybody getting shot at right now? That's insane. Then he's like, yo, Noah too. Noah can get this work too. I'm like, what the fuck? What's going on? And then Punk's team gets announced. Punk's like, yo, I know Noah's not coming to me when it's time to play. Like, I know they're not sending Noah at me because he already knows what's about to happen to him. And yeah, nah, it was a nonstop onslaught of people just talking the craziest shit, and I cannot wait for Street Fighter League US.
See, this sounds like the making of honestly the best season ever. Honestly, because like
that's an understatement. That's a whole ass understatement.
Because like, bro, like this is what the game. Well, me as a competitor, what I love is just like, bro, you can't talk your way out of a victory, but you can definitely talk your way into an ass whooping. So like,
sure.
So that's why I'm like, yo, this season of Street Fighter League is gonna be like crazy is an understatement. You're right. Yeah. You're absolutely correct. Yeah. Because we got so much people talking shit back and forth, bro. And this is the camaraderie that I look for in a televised event for fighting games.
For sure. The only way to make this better is like, hopefully they figure out how to get this to be a live event, and it's
my god,
it's week after week live, and we're seeing it in real time, and everybody's like, yo, I'm with that. If we can get that, bro.
I mean,
Street Fighter League US
go hard.
There is a reason they don't do that, but
no, for sure.
like even episodes of Jeopardy are filmed like months in advance. So.
For sure. But I'm saying like Japan gets it off, and I know Europe is doing it live too. So like, you know, we're making great strides.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it would be very cool to see them all in one place consistently. But I mean, there's also, you know, I noticed for SFL EU, the birds are back there, right? They'll
do anything. They'll do anything to make sure that the birds don't wind up in Asia, fuck everybody up.
Yeah, so it's interesting seeing them all, like everybody kind of find their own place. And I mean, SFL US had that seemingly convoluted roster picking, I guess. I don't really know how to describe this, right? It's like they had their own tournaments hosted by certain systems in the community, and then
the combine. The combine made no sense to me at all, because like,
right,
I'm just like, that was another thing. It was like, yo, they were showing off all the tournaments, right, and like the potential people that could be picked, and it was nobody that was like in the realm of possibility. Like they showed like highlight videos for like nobody, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like, obviously, you know, and I'm not saying the captain should be swayed into picking something that they don't want to pick. Like pick to win. I get that. I'm with that. All my people made it onto teams or whatever. But like, why are we showing people from Australia? Why are Australians over here? Like put them with APAC, bro. Like make a Street Fighter League APAC instead of it just being Japan.
Yeah.
Like, knock it off, man. Like
I mean, like I know a lot of the OC esports do kind of work their way into North America for some reason, instead of being into that Asian portion like you're talking about. So,
bro, that's a 20-hour flight.
Yeah, I don't really
not
understand
the same
it.
person.
But like, so you had to place well enough in the combine, which is already against, you know, the inherent idea of a combine.
Right.
And then you have to get picked by a captain, which I guess is fine, but like, there's just not gonna pick you.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
There's way too many steps, bro. Nah, bro. Like,
bro, I think there was like an Australian, and I hate keep bringing up Australia, but that was the one that
hates Australia.
That's the one that made no sense to me, bro. I'm like, you are 20 hours away on a 500-mile-an-hour piece of equipment. You have no reason to be over here with your Honda. Like, what are we talking about? Of course, Punk is gonna pick Chris CCH. Of course, Punk is gonna pick Psycho. Of course, Punk is gonna pick Shine. Of course, Knuckle is gonna pick Dual Kevin. Of course, Men is gonna pick Cobb, and so on and so forth. But it's like, bro, don't even try it, bro. Like we could see through all that bullshit. That combine thing was not real. Because like if it was really real, there would be granted the level of play would probably be a little bit lower. But like Oil King picked his friends. Like everybody that he's played with for the past 3 years in Street Fighter League, Oil King was just like, yo, Shen, you wanna run it back? DCQ, yo, NL, you wanna run it back? Let's go. Click, boom. All right, this is the team. Just give us jerseys and let's go. And I'm okay with that, but like, don't put on this like this grandiose thing where like somebody thinks that they're gonna get a chance.
Basically, like the whole idea of a combine is like for this was like, okay, like maybe, just maybe we could find that really, really interesting. Not only interesting, but like, diamond in the rough that nobody's seen before. And like, that's not going to be the case here. Like, it's not, bro. Like,
or if anything, make it a full-on play-in. Like, if you win this tournament, you get this spot. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you win this tournament, you get in.
It's just an interesting series of events because it's, yes, they're teams, but it is also still an individual game. Like I know in League of Legends, they do combines for the Challenger Series, and it's, you get thrown on a team with 4 other people and you gotta showcase your best work. And that's all it is. And, it's live streamed, so it's like the coaches and the scouts and all these can watch it. And if you pop off, hey, they now know your name, they know what they're looking for. There's a real chance of potentially getting onto a professional League of Legends team at that point.
Yeah.
So the combine is pretty much just like a tournament to win a spot on the team.
Well, no, it's an actual combine. It's like the NFL combine, right? Where it's literally just to showcase your skills as an individual.
Yeah, it's just scrims, and then you're like, yo, I wanna try out for support, and then they put you on a team for support, and then you show why you should be a support.
Yeah,
but like it's for the Street Fighter League. It's just a weird thing to do because like we know that like these people who are captains of their team, we kind of know who they're gonna pick. So it's just like, why even entertain the idea of a combine, right?
And I kind of want them to pick those players, right? Because like because I want there to be like an actual league where we get to the point where FlyQuest, Cloud9, Shopify, and those guys have to like buy into the league and maintain a roster. And if you're gonna acquire this player, then you have to sign them to a contract, and they have to be a part of the team, and they have contractual obligations to be a part of this team. And
one day, dude.
And I know that you're saying that it's not really a team-based game, Doctor, but like at the end of the day, they're like I know coaching is a really big issue right now in fighting games, and that's a huge deal when it comes to playing fighting games. Like I could tell you something like in between games that
super helps you. Yeah,
it could change the very outcome of a set, and that is gigantic. And that's something that like they do really, really well in Street Fighter League, and I want to see more of that. But there needs to be a little bit more.
We're just filtering the same players through the system.
Yeah,
you're not getting that. And we're not saying that to hate on the selections.
Right.
It's just that we want more.
No. But they're doing it the cheap way, right? They're doing it to where like Capcom as the league builder, and then the teams are getting away with not having to pay these players. And I didn't think that we were gonna have to take it to a collection bargain agreement conversation, but like for real, like you're basically getting free talent out of these players without having to pay what they're owed. And I don't know what the number is as far as them being owed to play Street Fighter for a living for this league. and what the ramifications are if they do well or not. But like that number needs to be figured out before we're gonna sit here and say, "Yo, Honda player from Australia won this tournament," but it doesn't matter because
He didn't get
Oil
picked.
King, Oil King already knew what 3 players he was gonna pick.
Yeah.
Like for me, I would be pissed. I'd be pissed as fuck. I'm sitting here training my ass off, and the reason why I don't get picked is because nobody knows me, or because nobody cared to pay attention, or even worse, it was just like my region isn't as strong, so like nobody comes down here.
Yeah.
Waste his time.
Total waste of time.
It
Waste
is.
of time.
It is a waste of time, and I think maybe the idea was to kind of help catapult said player, right? Like if it was more of like a Justin Wong next up kind of deal, where it's like, you know, you put in this work, you top the chart of the tournament, and then they start, you know, assisting you in making content or assisting you in making, you know, like with a coach trying to level up better and things like that. So it's that.
Well, they had to submit videos, right? Like, didn't they have to like submit entry videos to like prove they could?
For next up, yeah.
For next
Well, for
up,
next
yeah.
up, yeah. But like I'm saying, like
And that was going to be my argument against Doctor, is that like those players were picked off of personality.
well, no, I'm saying like, so if you go through this combine like they did, and you play super well, and then, you know, these captains are just gonna pick the homies. Like I'm saying, like there should have been more weight to winning that tournament, whether it was, you know,
Yes.
having the captain, you know, help you out with content or help you out getting better or this, that, the other thing is what I'm saying. So
But it was also just
weird.
confusing as all hell. Oh shit, Noah in here? Damn, I didn't even see you. What's up, homie? It was also confusing as to like who is supposed to, like what tournaments people are supposed to do well in. Because I know Burkish was like he scored high enough to be selectable for the combine, but like again, Punk isn't picking Burkish over the 3 people that he picked.
Right.
Like there's no world unless Burkish is actually playing out of his mind across like multiple majors, like. And again, you could argue that Burkish is doing it to himself, right? He doesn't enter enough tournaments or whatever. Chris CCH is actually putting himself out there, blah blah blah. However you want to slice that up, but at the end of the day, it's like, bro, like what are we really like rewarding these players for? Are we gonna reward them for being nice, or we want them to be nice and marketable? Like ideally, we want the nice and marketable, right?
Yeah.
But like, we really gonna say that all those players are nice and marketable?
No. We're not even going to pretend to say that.
Like,
But-
like we're gonna argue that.
So there is one player that is working on becoming, I guess, say marketable, even though the language that they're using isn't always particularly market friendly. But we already touched on it. Noah coming in, and somebody was asking JB, how are you going to keep this guy in check? And then Noah goes on to tweet tagging Big Bird.
Oh wait, that has nothing to do with this. That has nothing.
I was about to say that
actually
was
for,
just
that was for Terry. I mixed it up, but like
Oh, okay.
that kind of goes into what I was kind of saying, where like, yo, he's really like about this shit and is not with the shits as far as like all the ass kissing goes. Like, you know, like Noah was basically just saying like, yo, people are just playing Terry for the clicks and the views and all that shit, and he doesn't really care about Terry and all that, and that's valid. Like, he's a Luke player. He's playing Luke. It is what it is, and
But you know what? I appreciate Noah's realness, right? And it's gonna sound dumb because he's young, right? But he's an OG. Like he actually an OG. Like, he keeps it 100.
Yeah.
And you know what? I appreciate that genuinity. Like, especially in Street Fighter League, because like in a lot of other things you see, it's very fabricated beef. But like, it's cool like within the FGC that nothing about this especially felt fabricated or like made up or anything.
no,
You know, like genuine hostility.
Like we need like there's a special type. Oh yo, it's like we just like that's the type of like shit that honestly makes things like Street Fighter League super entertaining to watch. Like
Oh
all of
yeah.
these people on these teams, they're good players, of course, but they all have like personality in some right. I tell people a lot like we're in the competitive gaming, into competitive video gaming, like competitive gaming, bro. This isn't golf. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't like, a sport that you watch and you're just like clapping, bro. This is competitive, like head-to-head stuff. It's like we're trying to see something, especially with the FGC and the type of pedigree that it brings. Like we're trying to see some shit pop off. Like it's cool that Punk, if it's Street Fighter League, we can expect Punk to say some shit every season. Whatever, cool, right? No, what was that season? I think it was like the first or second season where Toy beat that team, and then this man did a forward roll into a front flip or some crazy shit. Yeah, right. Like
Yeah,
that's the type of not to say that we need acrobatics like that every season, but like to just to see like fun stuff like that happen in a gaming environment is really really cool to watch. Not saying that it has to go as far as the Wolf Chrome K-Brat thing, right? That's like the most extreme possible thing. But to see that like, Noah's out here adding some spice to it, it's like, yeah, bro. Like, I don't even know why the question is being posed. Like, oh, how you gonna rein them in? You can't. You can't
Also,
rein that dude in.
why would they? Because like some players play worse when like you get in their head and shit. And like I feel like that's like another level people aren't thinking about is like, yo, we got the shit talker on our team. So if he's like shit talking them and these guys can't handle that, it's gonna psych them out. But honestly, there comes a point where like, some people are so good that kind of shit doesn't like phase them or anything.
Yeah.
So it's really about who they use.
That was the power of having Kaba on your side, right? For the longest time. Like, I remember, I probably spoke about this before, but like, Mena came to NEC in 2017, and he was like, "Yo, why is everybody rooting against me?" I was like, "Yo, welcome to the jungle, bro. Like, it is what it is. You gotta adapt." Next thing you know, all of DR is behind him, clapping it up, making it very uncomfortable for whoever he got to play against, and it felt every game on stream felt like a home game, and that's the energy that like
Yes.
that's the energy that your team is expected to bring when you do something hot. Cool, we're gonna cheer, we're gonna clap it up, we're gonna make it very uncomfortable for your opponent, and your opponent got to hear it over and over and over. And that's all going into the team aspect of fighting games, where it's like,
Yes.
it's in game, but it's also outside of the game, where people are kind of they're poking shots or jabs, or they're saying things that we know you can hear us. There's no soundproof booth. You cannot escape from us. So we talking that hot shit.
Imagine the room when like Cloud9 plays Bandits, bro, or when Shopify plays Cloud9.
It's gonna be
Or when
ridiculous.
or FlyQuest plays Cloud9, or it's Cloud9 against the world right now.
Right.
I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm
Like you
tuning in
like
every week.
Like people don't think that like when like imagine you're Red Rooster and then you're about to sit down and play, and it's like, yeah, y'all going up against Cloud9. You're like, oh my god, these motherfuckers, bro. Are you serious, bro? Like, damn, man.
Bro, and he like and there's no hostility between those teams, but he's still talking shit. He's talking his shit. He's talking spicy, and you got to deal with that. You got to deal with that in real time.
Yeah, Street Fighter League is a lot of fun, and it just reminds me of like that camaraderie that like we had like back in the old days. Is just like you really don't get that a lot, like or like we used to. I mean, but it used to be considerably like you really had to have some tough skin back then, and since then it's really like dumbed down. But like it's that this is the type of shit that makes the game fun, and I'm very very happy that Street Fighter League has like found a way to just like make this fun. And the real big reason is like this roster, or these rosters of people. Like I don't think we were gonna get like any of this out of a combine pick.
No.
Well, what's tough is you don't actually really know. right?
That too. That's
Like
fair.
if you look at, we talked about next up, and yes, you had to put in, these personality vids that, hopefully were reviewed and you were decided on a good point. But like there's a chance that like you weren't a good pick and got picked anyway, right? Like if you crashed out during next up, like that is a very real risk of that style of content. And it's, we did obviously get some winners there, and you were able to see, standout picks that have now got more confidence and are now doing more things. And then you can see like the super duper level of that in the Sajam Slam, where it's, you're taking these content creators that are already content creators and just trying to see if you can teach them how to play a fighting game. So it's like, they could have come in and just been like with the AT&T Cup, where it's like you take a content creator, they're playing the game for money, and then they move on to the next game. But with the Sajam Slam, you were able to take these, personalities, actually get them invested, actually get them involved, and was able to turn it into that Rivals event that we saw at TwitchCon.
Yeah, it's everything that the people that wanted, like you said, they wanted like high level team based, yada yada, blah blah blah, whatever. This is it. Like it doesn't get much stronger than the people in this tournament right here. Like there's 2 Evo champs, there's 2 Capcom Cup champions. No, there's 3 Evo champs. Sorry. Like
it's a who's who, bro. Like,
I'm sorry.
like
there's 4 Evo champs.
Right.
Like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
right. It's a who's who of just the best talent available, bro. It's crazy.
Like, it's actually insane. Like, if you're not tuning in, you really don't care about seeing the best players, and that's okay too.
Yeah, it is interesting because I do think things like this draw in the people that don't necessarily care about the highest level of competition because they like the personalities. And then we still do have these open tournament events for those of you that do actually want to see like who is the best on this day, who is at the tippity top of their game. And we're heading into a little bit of the off season now, but it's still, we got a couple of events left. We do have obviously the big huge one coming up in East Coast Throwdown, which is a Capcom Pro Tour event. The winner of that does get to, or is qualified, doesn't get to, they are qualified for the next Capcom Cup. Obviously $1 million on the table, blah, blah, blah.
That's going to be a sick event.
Yep. I mean, obviously, we're all heavily invested in East Coast Throwdown, except for Banjo because he doesn't live in New England. But very close to home event for us, so it's very fun to be at. It's very great to experience it. And that's coming up October 11th through the 13th. It is not just a Street Fighter event. There are every other game you want to play, as long as it's a main game. So very much looking forward to that. And I mean, that's going to be exactly what those gameplay enjoyers are asking for.
Yep.
The gameplay enjoyers. But I love that.
Well, because that's the thing. If you don't enjoy personalities, you don't have to deal with, Punk shit talking. You could just watch him play the game. And then you're going to have, Yipes or somebody shit talking for him. So it's like, it is, a gameplay focused perspective versus something like Street Fighter League, which has gameplay, but you're also kind of in there for the shit talk and the personalities.
True.
Yeah, it's very esports presented, especially being like recorded ahead of time and stuff. Like it's very interesting to like go in the chat and see like Vicious or Rob TV talking in the chat. Like wow, they're on the stream doing that stuff too. It's like very interesting.
I remember season 1 they tried to like play it off as live, and it's like, wait a minute, no, you didn't.
Yeah, right.
Like when you watch Jeopardy and they're just like talking about next week, it's like, nah, dude, that's tomorrow. What do you mean? But yeah, I mean, it's been a very interesting, series of fighting games this week. We do still have, a ton of stuff left in the year. And then we only really have one kind of topic here for the forum, just because it was an interesting thing. So Magic the Gathering, for anybody that knows trading card games and competes in trading card games, sometimes cards get banned, right? They're too strong, they warp the game, whatever it is, so they ban it. They remove it from the game. Dan, I know you are into Pokemon TCG. Banjo,
yeah.
I'm sure you've played a TCG or two, and Bunch played Terra, so he's well acquainted to adjustments. So earlier this week, there was a couple of banned cards in Magic the Gathering coming out Monday morning. And
Oh, they're not even out yet, and they got banned.
well, no, so the cards were out, but they got banned. So one of the
damn,
cards
that's
has
fast.
been printed for like something like 15 years. Another one is like 5 years old. So like they were well entrenched cards for the most part, and almost every single one of the cards was at least $100.
Damn.
So it was Mana Crypt, Dockside Extortionist, and Jeweled Lotus. Both Mana Crypt and Jeweled Lotus were over $100, with Mana Crypt sometimes going over $200. And Dockside Extortionist was like anywhere between like 50 and 100 generally. And so they're just banned, right? Can't play it anymore. No longer legal in the format. They don't really have any other formats that they're legal and playable in. So these cards kind of just don't exist to Magic anymore. And people went wild. Like, they were so mad. They were sending the ruling committee death threats, doxing them, like all this other shit. So it's been a really crazy week in Magic. And I was thinking about it earlier. I was trying to come up with like a what could be even remotely similar in the fighting game world. And the closest I got was, imagine you bought that statue of Chun-Li squatting the 800 pounds or whatever, right?
Okay.
Like she's in
Right.
she's in, you know, the gym clothes and she's squatting.
Okay.
Spend a couple $100 on it. You get it. Your girlfriend's pissed. She doesn't like it. Won't let you display it at all. And you can only keep it in the closet, and you can never look at it. That's like the closest thing I could come up with, like what this ban would mean in a fighting game. And it doesn't really have anything to do with what we were talking today. It was just like, it's wild to see the reactions to a format that has already had bans in its lifetime, right? Like, it's not like this is a new thing. Like, it was incredibly wild to see people more focused on the collecting part than the game part. And I know, like, Dan, like I said, you've played Pokemon TCG. I saw earlier today that somebody just won the last Pokemon Worlds, and their deck cost $55 total.
Yeah, that's it. They just used a budget deck because budget decks are really good in Pokemon.
And it's crazy because the art on those cards is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Do you
Dude.
think? Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead, brother.
I was gonna say, Doc. Do you think the outcry was because like just straight up like it because like, you know, these new cards, right? You said they were worth how much? Like over $100, right?
Yeah,
For those-
generally over $100.
So do you think do you think the outcry was because like the cards were just straight up banned because it was like, bro, like we can't even, like, if these cards are banned, like what good are they on the resale market?
Yeah, so it does seem
Right.
that a lot of the resistance to the ban was due to the financials, because like these cards dropped, like Jeweled Lotus dropped $70 in one day. It went from, you know, sitting at $100 to it was selling down at like $36 a pop. So like they definitely tanked in value just obscenely. And
So is the collector market mad? Like they're mad the prices went down?
they're obscenely mad because they were like, well, no, you can't just come out with a ban and tank, you know, they keep calling it their portfolio like it's a stock. It's like,
That's
dude,
odd.
you bought a trading card. And it's just super weird because it's like, we didn't light the card on fire. Like, you still own the card and you can sell it for whatever it's worth, or you can just keep playing it, is the thing. Like, the bans only matter if your group says they matter. It's not like when you go to a tournament and you have to follow the tournament's rules. It's not like that. Like, if you're just playing with your homies, you can just be like, hey man, is it cool if I still use this? And they can say yes.
Yeah, it sounds like it sounds like the community kind of like, well, I was gonna say like maybe they just, you know, want to have their cake and eat it too type shit. Like it's just like, okay, we don't want this card to be banned. We don't want this card to be banned in TCG, but because we want to sell this on the open market. But sure we can sure we can play it with the homies, but
what about my $200?
Right, like.
But that just sounds mad annoying. Like, why do your friends care so much about playing the format? Like, I don't play a fighting game just the best of 3 every time I play with my homies and shit. Sometimes we just be playing like extreme battle or like just be playing randoms or whatever.
Exactly.
So, like, why do they care so much?
Because of the financial things. They'll tell you otherwise, but it's 1,000% because they're like, hey man, I can't make a profit off this anymore.
Yeah.
And it's, what other hobby can you purchase into and expect it to accrue value, right?
Fighting games, but only if you win.
But you can't sell the fighting game for more than you paid for it, right?
That's true.
Like if you got into golf, you generally can't sell the clubs for more than you bought it for. You get into skateboarding, sometimes you break your board, right? And you just have to get a new one. So it's just been a very unfortunate week for the visible people in the rules committee there. Obviously the death threats and vitriol is just completely unwarranted. And I know that that's just kind of an internet thing, unfortunately. There's so many keyboard warriors out there that just say things into the internet because there's no consequences, and
I hate that.
It's definitely an internet was a mistake type situation.
You love that.
Love that, man.
You can't just say that after I'm saying death threats, Punch.
Right, that's why I said you love that.
Oh, my fault. Love that.
You can't love death threats.
Although, Jay.
I love death threats.
I love threats, bro. I love threats, bro. Listen.
Yo, somebody make me a death threat and then come see me.
I mean, as a tournament organizer, so Bunch is a tournament organizer, and he could very easily put himself in a situation to get these types of threats. I mean, if you look at, say, Climax of Night, or like I know Climax of Night had a lot of issues. What's the runner there? Shinobi?
Yep.
Yeah, I know he had a lot of bad social interactions around the lunar scenario when he didn't ban him immediately the first time, and he got a lot of mixed reactions, and I know that he got
which by the way, asking somebody to ban somebody like off rip without them doing the research, you're no better. You're actually
talk to him.
You're actually a shitty person.
Talk to him.
Like trying to manhandle somebody into banning people is fucking cringe. Like I'm not here for your fucking crusade, bro. Like
as a second party, I could agree that if you're a parasocial person coming in saying like, "Hey, I heard he did this, ban him," that I agree with you. But if somebody does something fucked up to me, and as a first party reporter, I come to you and say, "Fuck this guy," then I think that's within reason.
No. You saying fuck this guy and ban this guy is two different things. Like you actually, because like once you report something, you're now biased. I can't take what you say without hearing the other side and potentially a third side. Because if you say something and then if you say, "Yo, Banjo did something to me," and then I go to Banjo and then Banjo says something that makes your story conflicting, I have to get a third side, period. I can't just run and be like, "Yeah, but he said you did that, so you gotta go." Technically, both of you gotta go. Both of you. Until I figure it out. That's how it's supposed to go.
That's how it's supposed to go, yes.
Let's not have that conversation, because nobody likes that one.
Right.
And online sucks because, like, as soon as someone says something, no matter what it is, it's the first thought everyone sees. So, like, that thought's gonna stick with them.
No one likes the truth if the lie is more exciting. It's that simple. And I know, I get it.
All right, hey, listen, wait. Hey, Bunch, listen. Without naming names, what's the craziest shit somebody said to you in this TO game, bro? Like,
what's
the most
craziest thing somebody said to me?
I know you've had like a lot of time into the game. So
a lot of people don't bring it to me because
They do it online, right? Like not to
Like,
you
like
in person.
no. Like nobody brings anything to me in person. Fortunately, I haven't had to do that, and you know, I hope that I would be prepared for that. But like, yeah, no, like it's more so I reach out to the people that are already in some bullshit. So like,
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Like back in the Street Fighter 5 era, I reached out to Wolfgang and I was like, "Yo, Wolfgang, um, allegedly, man, you owe a friend of mine money, and he's brought it to my attention that you owe him money, and I would like for you to figure that out, or else you can't play in my tournament." And
That sounds reasonable.
I could not have been more just like transparent and real about that. And I'm just like, quite simply, you cannot be in my tournament until you pay this guy his $30 or you give him, you know, what he's asked for commission.
I'm sorry. What was that amount?
$30.
Okay.
And you know, he just acted as if that was like a difficult ask, and he's never been back. And I was like, okay, cool, no problem. So I just banned him. Like it's just that simple. Like that's another thing, is that I give people a chance to fix whatever they fucked up if it's fixable. And that's another conversation that people don't want to have. But you know, like I don't want to ruffle any feathers, and I don't want people to think that like they're not doing the right thing or the just thing. I'm the wrong person to have that conversation with.
This is definitely where Bunch and I differ greatly.
Yeah,
in
no,
these
like
situations.
I'm a huge proponent of redemption and second chances, and I know that not everybody is worthy of a second chance, but until somebody starts enforcing codes of conduct and holding people to utilizing codes of conduct, or straight up until people start calling the police on people, I'm just gonna govern it the way I see fit. So until then, eat a dick.
I like banning people, so
I don't like banning people, but I like banning people if they have a clear way of redemption. Should my moral compass say that they should be authorized one?
yeah, that's fair. I think if I ban you, then just you're done. Like you're just dead to me.
Oh man, that shit is so fucking corny, bro. Like,
Hey,
Well, no,
wait,
so-
come on.
so
Hey,
here's the
wait,
thing.
Listen. Because
If I-
before this is exactly what he was talking about earlier. He said, "This is where you and I differ. I don't want this to turn into a thing between y'all."
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know?
we've had this
no.
conversation before, so it's
Bro,
not new.
trust me, you're in the safest place imaginable,
Yeah.
because he and
Yeah,
I have
for
gone
real.
back on this verbally in chats. You guys can actually look this up. Not the viewers, but you and Dan can actually look this up. I think we had
Oh, it's in
words
water cooler all the
yeah,
time.
for sure.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, nah, man, like I hate that shit. Like people just like straight being like, yo, ban him. You know how many times I should have been kicked out of Coast Guard? Like, you know how many times I should have just not had a job anymore? And
This
like,
man, bro.
and like, and yo, like genuine people seeing like, yo, this fucking knucklehead, man, like he did something, but like, you know, we're gonna see if he can actually pick himself the fuck back up and make something of himself.
There are
And-
some times in the online world where it's very much like that scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail where they're calling the girl a witch, and the guy's like, "Do you have any proof of this?" And he responds with, "Well, she turned me into a newt, but I got better." Like it's
but it's actually a witch hunt though. Like,
Yeah, like
it's
like
actually
the
a
whole
witch hunt.
the process. Like I don't want to be guy to be like, you know,
What like
Boom,
what happens
boom,
when
boom.
it's actually a witch hunt?
right? You know, like both sides make very good points.
But honestly, if they're not, like, if you gave them a chance and they're not even willing to justify it, like they were just gonna fuck up again anyway. So like, I feel like it's okay to give some people a chance. Depends on the level of the severity of crime. I feel like.
Yo,
Not to mention the like the circumstance of what happened. Like in the video gaming sphere, like in like esports sphere, bro. Some of these bans, it's like, yeah, bro, we just gonna ban you. Go do something else with your time, bro. It's just it's just fighting games, bro. Like,
All right, I'll give you guys an example, right? So I know a Tio, right?
Yeah.
He banned the kid.
okay.
The kid, we spoke about this, so you'll recognize the offense when I bring it up. But I was talking to the TO, and he banned that kid because he used a fake name to enter a tournament, and basically reached out to the kid the same exact way that I would, and was like, hey, you know, we're gonna try and get you a clear-cut way to get unbanned. And the kid's like, all right, cool. And then the conversation just dissipated. It just like the TO just stopped messaging him. Like he didn't give him a clear-cut way. Like he said he would, but he didn't. He just stopped talking to him. Do you think that TO's in the right?
I don't think he's in the wrong.
I don't think you should go.
How?
I think you should
How
at
is he
least
not in the wrong?
communicate.
Because you got banned. Like,
But I'm telling you, yo, I'm banning you, and then we're gonna figure out a way so that you know your sentencing, and then once that sentencing is completed, you'll be unbanned.
Oh yeah,
But
you're definitely.
But I don't finish the conversation.
Yeah, you're
I just
definitely.
leave you in limbo.
Yeah, you're definitely in the wrong for that, because you're saying that you're basically gonna ban me, and we're gonna have a conversation about this ban.
No, you are banned. You're in jail. You're in jail, right? You're in jail.
Yeah.
But I didn't tell you how to get out of jail. I didn't tell you you're getting life. But I also told you that you're gonna be given a chance to be set free.
Did the kid at least respond and be like, "Oh, sweet, like how do I get out of this?" And then he
solely
goes.
responsive. The kid is solely responsive.
Oh, then that's the TO's fault. Like, why are you not
He's
communicating?
just sitting there in limbo right now.
Yeah, that sucks.
Just threw his ass in there,
That's
bro.
every band though. But that's every band.
yeah, but like, so my take on it is just like, go do something else. Like,
No,
See,
I
and that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, you know,
Bro,
because it's
no,
because it's
that's not the
because it's
answer.
the esports sphere. I'm just like, bro, like this is a privilege to some of the highest degrees. So it's just like, yeah, you should go do something else.
That's
But
like-
that's not the answer,
but for Bunch, I understand what you're saying. Like, bro, like I don't think we should just throw a man in there and just be done with this shit. Like, I don't think we should throw a dude in there. You know what I mean?
Well, like that's kind of like that. I was talking about this the other day. That hack shit from Smash,
Yeah.
right? Where like hacks, he's just like, I want to play again, and he apologized, and it's like just unban this guy. But the longer they're keeping him banned, his episode is like
Well,
his situation's getting crazier.
he's a unique situation in that he was banned, was properly given the steps to become unbanned.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was, because he was told to apologize and to leave it alone, and he didn't leave it alone. And
No. He was told to no. That's not what happened at all. Like what?
I'm pretty sure he had to serve like a 4-year ban, and then they freed him.
They gave him. They didn't tell him any type of time of how long he was gonna be banned. Like you have to tell somebody how long they're banned for. If you're gonna tell them, yo, you're indefinitely banned, and if you stop talking about it, you'll get parole. That's a whole nother conversation. But that's not what happened. Like
yeah, I don't. I'm with you, doctor, in saying like if you banned, then you know sometimes like maybe depending on the severity and circumstance, you don't have to give a reason to be back. But like at Bunch's point, bro, I don't think we should just throw a man in there and just be like, all right, it's over with, bro. Like we ain't got nothing else to talk about, you know. Like
also, if you're gonna come up with like this long ass random time that like I'm never gonna see the light of day, then I'm gonna talk about it. Like what do you want me to do? Like you're gonna sit here and champion this weirdo in a whole nother country that's just talking mad shit, and then I can't talk shit? Like what the hell? Like no, man. Like either give me my sentence and tell me what the fuck I'm gonna like what I have to do to to get unbanned, or I'm gonna say something. Like,
But you see, that's that scene's problem because I think what they did was they were just like, "Oh, it's cool, he's banned," and then like I think it was like years later he was like, "So what's the deal? Like, when am I getting out of here?" And I think that's what's restirred all this stuff recently. But that's like something to think about. Like their community doesn't really have like set guidelines for that stuff, and
Well,
like I
nobody
feel that should be a
does.
that's
yeah,
my thing.
that's a problem.
But like,
That's-
so
yeah.
for me, a ban is inherently forever, right? Like, if you get banned, you just need to assume it's forever. Like,
Right.
So then you would rather be called a suspension.
yeah, that's fair.
So,
like,
so now we're going into verbiage.
well, no, not even verbiage, but
Right.
like, if you tell me that I am banned from doing something, then in my mind, I can never do that thing again, ever. Like, that's just written off completely in my mind. Like, there's no redemption, there's nothing. It's just, I'm done.
But if I send you to jail, and that this is like
These verbiage.
yeah, it's literally verbiage. If I send you
Yeah.
to jail, I have to tell you for how long. Period. If I am cutting you off from if I'm providing a service and I'm cutting you off from how long you can get this service, I have to tell you how long. That's why when people get banned from playing on ranked or whatever because they disconnect or they cheat, it's told to them like, yo, you are banned for this long. You are unable to queue up for ranked for this long. There's no gray area like maybe we'll no.
There can't be no
this.
gray area, bro. If I'm banned, you gotta
This.
tell me how long I'm banned for. Fuck
and
outta here.
and yo if
Tell me how long I'm in jail for, bro.
if you want to swing the hammer and not actually do your homework and just be like, oh word, you join the tournament with a new name, indefinite ban forever, like cool.
Fair.
That's how you run your tournament, no problem. I'm with that. Like, I'm not gonna tell you how to run yours, you don't tell me how to run mine. But like, to just have somebody sitting in limbo for 5 years and all they want to do is
Play Melee.
play a video game, and they've apologized 4 different ways, and like they've made this many videos, and they've been to this many tournaments, and they've proven that they weren't any type of harm to the community, and they've actually been a productive member of the community, and the people accusing them are actually doing the exact opposite of what they were originally accusing this person of. Like, when are we gonna have that conversation?
Punishment gotta fit when it comes to just shit like
it's
this.
gotta
Bro,
go both
like,
ways, bro. If we're gonna
Right.
sit here and punish this kid, we gotta
Yeah.
punish this kid too.
yeah, punishment gotta fit the crime, bro.
I
Like,
mean, I'm not a
there's
huge
gotta be-
believer
there's-
in eye for an eye, but I do think that
It's not eye for an eye though. It's not eye for an eye. Yo, if I shoot somebody and then you tell on me that I shot somebody and then you go and shoot somebody, we should be doing the same time. Period. It's not eye for an eye. Eye for an eye means, yo, I did some shit. No, we know that Hacks did some shit. Hacks is a dumb fuck. Definitely should have gotten banned. But there should be a timeline to be like, all right, Hacks, you should be banned for this amount of time. And then once this time comes, we will revisit this, and we will see how much progress you have made from being less of an idiot. And then we will see how we're gonna reintroduce you to our public community. There's no like none of this. Oh yeah, don't worry about that kid. He's just gonna disappear. If they disappear, that's their prerogative. If they still want to be an active member of the community, like, come on, man. Like, what is so like trivial on this shit right now?
So I think what Banjo said a little bit earlier is part of the disconnect, in that going to tournaments is one of the highest forms of privilege, right? Like,
No, not when you're paying for it.
but that's the thing, like, you don't have to accept the money. You can just say that you're not welcome here. Like,
For sure.
In that
And
sense,
then-
it's no different than any other public situation.
But
Right?
but here's the thing. Here's the thing is that, like, if I'm providing money and I don't accept the money, so like whenever whenever you purchase something, right, and you're expecting a service or a good, and then you don't get that good, aren't you expecting an explanation why?
Not really.
Why? How are you not expecting an explanation as to why? Yo, if you buy a PC part and you don't get it, and I just take your money, you're not gonna chase me down?
Well, I'll get my refund and move on with my life. I'll order from somebody else.
Exactly, you inquired about it, but that's the wrongdoing, right? That I just stole your money. But if I handed you back your money and you're like, yo, what the hell?
No. So that's actually happened to me. I've bought trading cards, had it canceled on me, no explanation, and I just bought it from somewhere else.
Yeah, but that's
look, that's
who did
just
you buy that from then? Who did you buy it from?
Just a different retailer.
No. Who
But I
did you
can't get
originally buy
this.
it from?
Yeah, put them on blast.
Oh, I don't
No.
remember.
I'm just joking. Yeah, no,
Like-
yeah,
you-
if my money goes missing, bro, I need to know where
Well, no,
like
it-
for real, I gotta avoid it.
So there's a website, tcgplayer.com, and it's basically the Amazon of trading cards.
They probably sent your money back because they didn't have the stock, but
Yeah.
they were supposed to let you know. There's literal like laws saying like what you're supposed to do as far as like providing a service or a good, and like you have to provide this service or good in a timely manner, or provide statement that you like why it's late or why they can't give it to you.
But nobody's
then-
calling, the DOJ for your local tournament organizer because they don't want you around.
Yeah, because it's fucking small fries, and it's a self-governed thing. But I agree, it's a self-governed thing. But that's not an excuse to not give me a reason.
Listen, if
That's
I
not an
think you're
excuse to not give
weird
me an excuse.
if I think you're weird and I just don't want you there,
That's not an excuse. If you think I'm weird, you have to have proof that I'm weird.
What?
Like, you can't
give
just
me
say,
bad
yo,
vibes, if you give me bad
That's
vibes,
discrimination.
no, it's
That's
not.
discrimination. Yes, it is.
No, discrimination requires a reason. I just think you're a weird
You don't
dude.
have one. You think I'm weird.
Yes.
But that's why you see all those twit longers. They're always like threads with pictures and shit because it's people because I feel like you have to have some sort of
Doctor,
right?
you're fucking up the verbiage trying to argue this. I'm not saying what you're saying isn't something that can happen. It happens on a daily basis.
Yeah.
People get banned every day. I see it every day.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that there's steps and procedures. Like you can't just be like, oh yeah, I really don't like how that guy like stares at people. And it's like he might be autistic. You have to like do some research. You have to like give him a fair warning like, hey, you can't come here and stare at people. You make people uncomfortable. And he's going to go, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I have this issue." Or he's going to be like, "I don't know what the problem is." And then you go from there. There's no like there's no like, "Yo, I don't like how that guy stares at me." Like, and people are going to be like, "Yo, what do you mean? Like that's Dan. He always comes to play Marvel." And you're like, "Nah, I don't like how Dan looks at me, bro. Like he's got to go."
So that's where we disagree, because I think that's totally fine.
No, it's not. It's not an opinion. I'm telling you can't do that. That's discrimination. I'm telling you that's discrimination. I'm not asking you if you think that's discrimination.
Too bad you can't just like IRL mute people. Like you can block.
can't-
You can. It's called banning them, Dan.
You're gonna ban that person and get backlash because Dan is probably somebody's good friend. Like you're just basing off the possibility that Dan's a creep because he's looking at you and only you. But like he might be the coolest kid in the scene, and because you're the TO and you're like, yeah, I don't like how he looked at me. Instead of having a conversation and be like, hey, is everything okay? I just noticed that you were looking at me, and for all you know, Dan could have been like giving you the eye because he wants you to come talk to him. And so that he can like finally have the courage to tell you about his like abuser that's at the tournament. And now instead of banning the right person, you ban Dan for looking at you weird.
I feel like
My-
you're just
my
making
views
up
are banned.
scenarios, though, right? Like,
No,
so
I
in,
am,
no,
but
'cause
you
in
just but you made up the scenario
of banning
I can
weird
just ban
people.
this guy.
Yeah,
That's
like
that's
if
wrong.
some
That's
dude shows
discrimination.
no, if some dude's showing up to your event in like a behead immigrants t-shirt, I'm gonna ban you and I'm not gonna ask questions.
But that's different than just being like, yo, I don't like that guy.
Yeah,
It's the same thing because there could be
No,
people at
man,
the
it's
event that agree
not.
with his t-shirt,
He did something wrong. He wore something offensive.
but some people could agree with it. And you're telling me that I need to inquire.
Oh my fucking god! You're just arguing for no reason, and there's no basis to it. Like stop doing that, doctor, for real.
If I think there are weird people, I am fully within my right to not interact with them.
Not. That's discrimination. You have to deem what they're doing as offensive. It has to be actually offensive.
I just think they're weird, dude, and I don't want to be with them. So it's either I
Why
leave
you-
or they
that's
leave.
why- That's why you
Okay,
IRL.
I'm letting you know your illustrious career as a TO is done. You're gonna see somebody that's wearing a t-shirt that could quite possibly be an album cover, and you just don't know it. And then you're like, yo, I don't like that t-shirt. And when you could have just been like, hey, what's that t-shirt mean? And that could have been the whole conversation. And you just be like, hey, do you mind not wearing that? Because I find that a little offensive. You have to find ways to de-escalate first. It's either de-escalate and have the conversation, or you just don't be a TO.
Yeah, I think.
simple.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean-
I don't think de-escalation should be something dismissed out of hand, bro. Like I think that's
you
an important
can't.
I
step.
You
think there's
cannot
levels.
just jump to ban. No. There's definitely levels for sure. But like we're talking in the means of like there's so many other things that you can ban somebody straight off of. Like physicalities is like the easiest, right? Like if somebody touches somebody inappropriately, inflicts violence, steals, even says something offensive in a large crowd in your crowd of individuals, right? That's all readily available for you.
And if
to
5 people
do it.
come to me and tell me that Fred's being weird, then get out.
Okay, but that's something that you can use in the beginning of your investigation. You still have to talk to that person.
But
You still
I'm
have to talk
protecting
to
those
them.
5 people who think he's weird.
No. You think you're protecting them, but you're just jumping to conclusions, and now you're potentially hurting that person.
1
you have to
versus
cover-
5 though. Like majority rule.
No. One is all that takes to ruin the whole thing.
Like, are you trusting one of those 5 people know enough about this person as well? Or are you asking those people?
I'm saying
that-
Like, I'm like,
I'm saying that if
Literally what just
one
happened
person
to Hacks, bro.
I'm
That's
just-
literally what happened to Hacks. He's one person, and then a group of people all just banded together and said, yo, nah, he's trash. We need him out forever. And then he just put that video out like a fucking idiot and proved them right. Instead of
so they were
somebody
right.
prove them right by putting something out instead of doing the proper thing and removing himself away from somebody that doesn't like him at all. Like there was no reason for him to even engage with somebody like Leffen. Like the only reason why he has to like remotely engage with that person is because they have to play, and then they can just be on their merry way. But like he went out and called him, all sorts of names, and then that was enough for them in their eyes to create this ban. But simply being like, yo, I don't like how that guy looks, 5 people saying that, you now have to inquire. Like it's the same thing for me. Whenever somebody comes to me talking about, yo, I think this guy's mad laggy, I think he's lag switching, I then have to be like, okay, give me your ping test. And then I have to reach out to the person being accused. Yo, give me your ping test. And if everything is good, I have to, in the nicest way possible, tell them to get over it. And it's just how it is. It's online. Go play offline if you don't like it. And most times it sucks ass to have to tell people that, but it is what it is. They meet the requirements.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to tell you this. Like it's
I'm just thankful anything like nothing crazy has happened. Like I'm gonna knock on wood at like any kind of events. Like because of like all the crazy shit that you be seeing in the world. It's like really clutch that like even though the security, I don't understand how the security works at events or whatever.
Poorly.
But we've been very blessed that nothing crazy from someone bannable, not have been previously banned, whatever. Like we're good.
They need to work on it. 100%.
Yeah,
Because I was at what was it? I was at a tournament pre-pandemic. I think it was Frostbite, and some homeless dude just walked in the ballroom with a goat. So I don't really know what's going on. Like I don't know what's happening with security, but like this is something that like obviously needs to be addressed.
Yeah, I mean,
And it
I've
still
been
hasn't been yet.
I've been to post-COVID events, and security is always terrible. And it's something that needs to get fixed because it only takes one, unfortunately. And hopefully we never get there. But
Yeah.
that
Yeah, it's not great. And I think looping back to Magic the Gathering, I think that if anyone should be banned, I was just thinking about this in my head. If anyone should be banned, it should be the collectors, because those are sometimes the people they ruin the TCG.
Whoa, hang on.
shout out
hang
to
on.
the whales keeping our game alive.
No, because I was a collector too at one point, right? And like that's just kind of fun. It was kind of fun because like, you're pulling stuff like for fun, but it ruins the pricing of stuff.
I think what you want to go after is the scalpers, bro. Like
that's kind of more like that. Like dude, even at my local Target, someone got shot waiting in line for Pokemon cards during the pandemic. Yeah, straight up in front of the Target, there was like you used to have to line up, and someone got shot because they were cutting in line trying to buy Pokemon cards.
Well, that was actually crazy because if that was around the time, I think it was they actually took all TCGs off of Target shelves.
Oh yeah,
y'all can have it. I can't get shot for no Pikachu.
Like
bro.
ban them, bro. Yeah, like they needed it.
Yeah.
Like that's like what's gonna end up happening. Really, is the same thing that happened with the sneaker community. There's used to be, like a lot of just like Foot Lockers and Champ Sports and people who like used to line up a lot for sneakers, and people just started getting beat up, shot in front of shot in front of shopping malls, to where eventually they just did the raffle system that we have today that people just kind of got used to. And I mean, if it's going that level, for an Electabuzz, then yeah, maybe we should go that route. Like,
but yeah, I think that's
now it's pretty normal.
I think that's just about it for us today. A little bit of a
crazy. I'm kaput.
A little bit of a crazy final topic, but that's what we're here for. But
yes.
Don't forget, chat. We are going to be back tomorrow night. We do have our game day. And if you missed it on Twitter, it's going to be featuring none other than the Wazzler himself, Justin Wong, on commentary, coming through for the old heads. That is going to be tomorrow, September 26th at 8 p.m. Same channel, same place. You want to get involved and play, it is on PC only. So unfortunately, if you're a PS4, 5, or PS5 Pro player, not for you. Got to get on that PC.
Or Switch. I'm sorry, Switch users.
Yeah, it's a tough day for Switch users as always. But that'll be tomorrow.
Okay.
And everything else, we're going to be heading off for the night. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming through. And we'll be sure to catch you tomorrow night. Peace.
Peace
out.